Hi everyone. In this video, I wanted to show you how you can create your personal website and blog in just 5 minutes using NextJS. And we're going to use Vercel to deploy and host our web app. So if you don't have one already, you can create an account on Vercel and log into it. I usually log in via GitHub. And we're going to use some predefined templates to help us get started quickly. So on Vercel's website, you can find some starter templates, which are built using Next.js and a choice of your CSS framework. So from these list of templates, I can choose whatever template that I want my website to look like. For the purpose of this video, I'm going to choose this blogging template, which I really like, and this is something I'm using for my personal website as well. So before deploying it, you can also get a demo of what this um, template looks like. So it gives you a nice blogging layout. You can scroll through different posts, go through each one of them. It gives you different pages to look at tags. There's a separate page for projects and an about page. And there's a really nice search feature as well, where you can search for any post and directly go to it. You can also change the website's theme from light to dark. Okay, so let's use this template, and I can deploy this template to my Vercel account with just one click by clicking on deploy. So what it'll do is it'll also create a GitHub repository in my GitHub account with this name. So I'll just go ahead and create this. So as you can see, it has created the GitHub repository, and it has also started a deployment process. Um, so when the deployment completes, we'll have this website running and hosted on our Vercel account, and we'll be able to preview it. So let's go over to GitHub, and I'll just refresh this, and I can see this template which we picked in our GitHub account now. We have the whole code for it. While this deployment completes, let's just check out this repository locally so that we can run it and also try to do some changes. Okay, so I will use GitHub Desktop to clone this repository into my desktop, and I will just open it on Visual Studio. There it is. Let's also run the server. Before running the server, I need to install all the node dependencies. So I'll just run the command yarn and wait for the installation to complete. Let's see how our deployment is going on. Okay, it is still building. Okay, the yarn command completed. I will also need to run the command yarn build, which will generate some static data that my blog is dependent on. So I'll get to what I might mean by that static data once I have this server up and running. Okay, so the yarn build also completed, and now we can start the server using yarn dev. And I will open this localhost URL in my browser. Okay, we have it. We have the website running on our local server now, and we can access all the existing blogs that it had. So in this template, the articles or the blog posts are written in Markdown format, and it will be present under the data repository. So if I go under data and blog, these are all my blog posts which are in Markdown. And internally, this template uses a library called content layer, which I can see under package.json. Yeah, as you can see here, it's dependent on this library called content layer 2, which what it does is when you run yarn build, it takes all those markdown format blog posts and converts them into the data which this website needs. For example, it generates a list of tags. it generates the list of our blog posts. So all that is being handled by our content layer library. So you can explore how this um, package internally works. Now let's do one thing. Let's try to change some some of the things within this website and see how we can deploy that in our Vercel account. Oh, but let's go back to how the deployment is going on. Okay, as you can see, it says congratulations. We just deployed a new project on Vercel. So that means our website is deployed. And it also gives you one domain name. It's a public domain, so anyone can open it. And when you go to that domain, there you have your personal website and blog hosted and running. So, and you can go through the blogs, check out different pages. Now, let's go back to our app locally and try to do some changes. Okay, so this is my local server running. I'll just try to change this heading, which says latest, and I'll change it to latest on my blog. And as you can see, it got reflected on my local server. I'll just push this change to my GitHub repo, and then you'll see the magic. So I've just pushed it, and if I go back to my Vercel dashboard, you will see another build process which just started. So it knows that there was a new commit to this repository. So it will get all the latest changes and submit a new build. And that's it. You don't have to do anything else. So you just have to, when you're doing any updates, you just have to push to your GitHub repository, and Vercel will automatically know there was an update and do and deploy those changes to your website again. So we can wait for this build to complete, and then we can see if it actually reflected on our blog, which was hosted. So while this build, I can also show you what my personal website looks like. So as I said, this was a starter template that I was using as well. Actually, I had started out with this starter template, but I did a lot of my own changes. So it kind of looks a bit different. So this is how you can, like modify the contents of that starter template to meet your needs. And if you want to check out the code for my website, you can refer it from my GitHub repository. Yeah, I just added this carousel, a few updates on my about page. Yeah, not much. Those are pretty much it. And yeah, let's wait for this build to complete. Okay, now our build is completed. If we visit our website now, you can see that it has the updated heading. So that was all for this video. Um, you can pick any template you like from Vercel's repository or anything you find on the internet and get started quickly. Let me know if you have any questions around this tutorial, or if you want me to cover anything else, if you need something else, or if you're looking for more ideas. Thank you.